So I've put together a short story for the purposes of this writing class, and I've actually started to write it now. By the time you watch these, hopefully the short story will be done, and you can download that and share it with your kids. But you'll also find on the teacher resource pages, there's a number of short stories you can download and give to your kids that I've written. And you should feel free to distribute those to anyone and everyone that you want. But anyways, this story I've called Watcher Faces the Wither King. And there's an interesting thing I've learned about titles, that when you choose a title for a book, I always have to work on this with my editor at the publisher, that the title needs to have an action word in it, and faces is not a very good action word, and I haven't really figured that out yet, but usually I come up with the title when I'm finished writing the book, if I can. And so sometimes not, sometimes I make it at the beginning. But so maybe Wither battles, or Watcher battles the Wither King, or something like that. But anyways, so right now I would call it Watcher Faces the Wither King. And so that's going to be the title of this story. And the general gist of the story is Watcher is one of the Minecraft characters. In the books that I write, the Minecraft characters are named after their jobs. And Watcher is a watchman who stands in the big, tall watchtower that guards the village. And so Watcher is a young boy. He's skinny. He's not very strong. The warriors tease him because he's so weak he can't wield a sword. But so all he can do is use his bow and arrow, and they don't think that's a real weapon. And so they make fun of him and tease him a lot, and he feels like an outcast. And his job is to stand in the watchtower and watch for enemies. And his problem is he's really smart, and so he kind of imagines things because he gets bored, and he daydreams. And so sometimes he sees things and he doesn't know if it's a daydream or if it's real, and he has reported things he's daydreamed, and the warriors run out to fight the monsters, and there's no monster because he just thought it up. So he lacks credibility and nobody believes him, and he doesn't feel very important, and his self-confidence is severely lacking. And so that's Watcher. And then there's Karkin, who is the king of the withers, and I'll explain how I named him, because that's really important later on. And Karkin is the king of the withers, and for those in Minecraft, you know a wither is a big old skeleton type thing with no legs. It floats, it flies, it has 3 heads, and they're very difficult to defeat. So especially out in the open, they're very hard to battle. And Karkin, the king of the withers, has a thirst for gold, and he wants all gold whenever he can find it, and so there's gold under the village, and so Karkin wants to destroy the village to get the gold. And Watcher sees him, and he has to convince everybody that Karkin is real. And so that's kind of the plot. I'll go into what the characters do and how the characters interact when I talk about characters, but I just wanted to give you the general setting of the plot, and that's the story that I'm going to use through the remainder of all of these little tutorial videos. So there you go. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.